To dry wild garlic for later use, there are multiple little steps to follow. Harvesting it, washing it, sorting it, bundling it, hanging it, bottling it, and storing it. At least those were the steps I took with my first batch of wild garlic a couple of weeks ago. Steps I figured out myself. And that was only after intense overthinking on my part about what to do with this huge basket full of greens. Little projects like this tend to cost me way more time than they probably should. The sheer amount of steps between starting and finishing them freaks me out. All I see is the huge gap between the first step and the last step, between where I am now and where I want to be. Drying wild garlic is a little dream, more or less easily fulfilled. But having those same difficulties with bigger tasks, bigger decisions, and bigger dreams, that's where I really get in trouble. And lately I feel like I am in trouble constantly. Too many tasks, too many decisions to be made. The amount of steps I think I have to take right now is not just freaking me out, but threatening to knock me out. I feel like I will never be able to catch up, getting dangerously close to thoughts of giving up sometimes. But I know this pattern of mine. I've been here before, and I like to believe I learned a couple of things from it. I won't get anywhere if I sit down and give up. I won't learn anything new. I won't grow further into who I want to be. I won't get closer to the things I want. Every step, however tiny it may be, counts for something. So, when things seem pointless and I'm close to giving up, I try to take a couple of deep breaths and then do something. Anything. If a step feels too hard to take, it's too big. I need to simplify it. I often feel blocked, overwhelmed, and even paralyzed by the simplest tasks. But the last thing I should do in those moments is apply more pressure by getting annoyed or impatient, starting to compare myself to others, or punishing myself. Expecting too much at once only leads to more stress. I need to be more realistic with my expectations. It's like training a muscle. If I start too heavy, I am likely to get hurt, lose interest, or convince myself that I can't do it. But if I adjust the expectations to my current level, just a little harder than what I'm used to, that's where the training and improvement begin. Building an herb rack for my kitchen may feel achievable, but some of my other dreams feel so far out of reach that I have trouble believing that they are possible to fulfill at all sometimes. I only see the huge gap between where I am now and where I want to be, unable to figure out the steps it would need to get there, yet along take them. And the steps just keep on coming. It never ends, and it never will, because that is life. A journey. A summary of places I get to go to. A summary of days I get to experience. A summary of things I get to do. A summary of steps I get to take. And it's important to remind myself of this. Life is not about where I want to be, but about filling the gap to get there, one step at a time. Some goals require a lot of steps, some only a couple, but in the end, it's just steps to be taken, nothing more. So the question is, which step can we take today to get a little closer to where we want to be tomorrow?